Boom! I did it.
Obviously, there are a lot of self-involved people in politics, all of them, pretty much. But it takes a special kind of narcissist to imagine that the world desperately wants to see you bolt together a particle board coffee table. I'm alone today, Ocasio-Cortez says pointedly at the camera. Is it just us, or does that sound like an invitation to a booty call? Maybe one step from what are you wearing?
Yeah, no, it's just you.
It is just him.
Like, come on. This is madness. I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of other people who make content like this. That's all the right has done for 2 years. And a bunch of these people that used to be on the left, but now the thing that makes them more left than the left is that they agree with the right constantly. They're just as obsessed with every single thing that AOC says and does. And they've made their entire career that sort of thing. But this is a multi-millionaire heir doing a mainstream media broadcast. But the fact that some people found it interesting that, hey, she has to assemble her furniture just like us. And he did a full thing about it and then implied that she was via social media trying to get random people to have sex with her.
Yeah. You know how like there's every time a man ever agrees with a woman online, they're called a simp, right? Like, oh yeah, you're a simp. That's just a simp. No. You guys know who you are. They're Tucker Carlson. Real simps are people who are obsessed in a negative and misogynist way with women who are strong, outspoken, who have leadership qualities, who are in places of power, who speak their mind. Like that is what a simp is someone who's like just so obsessed with them. You're the one who is obsessed. The right is obsessed. The left, we're obsessed with her policies, we're obsessed with the way she fights for them. We're obsessed because she's saying stuff we've never heard politicians ever say before. Her and many other members of the squad, and thank God some new Congress people, right? But it's like if a pickup artist, like did he just read a pickup artistry book? Did he just sort of like peruse, read a bunch of YouTube videos and like, oh, you gotta nag them, you make fun of them, and then they'll love you. Yeah, debate me. Like it is. It's classic. It is just classic stuff, and it is all bait to try to. I mean, and look, I think she's responded to it. I don't know if she was right to respond to it. However,
we'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, and we're gonna turn to the racism stuff in just a sec. But just briefly, look, here's the thing. It's as I've made clear, and I think it probably is objectively clear. It's really bizarre for effectively someone whose job is the same as like NBC News ostensibly to do an entire thing picking apart like this bizarrely specific stuff about AOC. That is obviously weird, but let's also be clear. I am not implying, I'm not under the illusion that any of it is honest or authentic. It's bizarre, but it's not bizarrely honest. He is doing this not because he is actually 100% obsessed with the stuff that he talks about, but he is revealing to us what he thinks his fans want. So asking the question, what is the right in 2022, I think is an interesting question, and we can and do debate it. Asking the question, what does Tucker Carlson think the right is in 2022, I think is perhaps even more interesting. What does he think the right wing base that he has want? What they want is obsession with the looks of opposition figures and the most disgusting misogynistic takedowns. Like he's mocking her for caring about her appearance or thinking that others might, or knowing that women have these insane standards put on them, so they have to be experts at makeup. The weird misogynistic fantasy that all of this is just totally they're making up all of this when people like him don't push any woman who isn't 100% done up out of the public square.
Yeah,
like that is also pushing right-wing women out. Is he acting like he believes there is a single woman who watches his show? Is he doing his programming as one would if he thought or cared if a woman ever watched his content? No, it is for 70-year-old conservative misogynists. That is what all of this is designed for. And he is incredibly popular, so clearly he's onto something.
Yeah, I mean, I could I want to say a little bit more, but politically, I think we often, because folks on the left are generally feminists, and this seems like it goes without saying that we support women's equality, that we understand a woman can do what she wants, da 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 da. Misogyny has an incredible amount of political cachet on the right. Look at the ways that Donald Trump was able to tap in to the sort of backwash of the internet that began with Gamergate. I mean, let's be honest. The Gamergate women who were attacked were blowing the whistle on the same elements of the internet that were trolling them, that were then going on to support Donald Trump and other white supremacists online. There is a through line between that and eventually Donald Trump's election. So he is very smart with what he's doing. It seems thirsty, it's really stupid, but at the same time, he is grooming his audience for his eventual run at some kind of presidential office or some kind of the highest office in the land. But like, he is exactly doing that. He knows what works, he knows his audience, and he knows that anger at a woman being attractive and why won't she sleep with me? Like that is actually, sad to say, guys, there is a lot of anger on the internet around that specifically. And if you can tap into it and make it seem political, then you're winning.
Yeah, it's also the answer to other questions about like, supposedly if someone had identified as like a socialist or something, had pretended to be a feminist in the past, why would you suddenly make your entire career about attacking people like AOC? Well, because you understand that the same sort of people who will spend a lot of time watching Tucker Carlson, maybe they'll watch some of your stuff if you attack the same people. It's monetizing hate, that's all it is.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.